Hi, I'm Dan with See Inside Sewer Scope at 8909 Sharon Lane. I'm here to do a sewer scope because it is a duplex here. I'm going to go ahead and go through the roof vent. That way I get the most view possible with this property. Alright, so the material pipe here was copper going down vertically through the property and turning into cast iron once we get to the foundation. Cast iron does show signs of buildup and some minor rusting, but that's to be expected. Shit. Really, the cast iron is actually looking pretty good shape. I don't really see really any grease buildup so far. And with cast iron lines and the age of the home, that's really what we're typically going to see. But so far it looks to be good. Now when I pulled up to the house, I did notice a big street cutout, and it looks like the city had replaced some of the sewer line, because it was lining up with almost every property on the way down, and like the taps were being fixed. So hopefully when we get out to that area it turns into PVC. But right here at 46 feet, we transition from cast iron over to clay. This transition right here is going to be the first of 2 points I like to really look at real carefully, just because they're done at different points of construction. And it's well connected. I see no cracking, no movement, and no infiltration. So all looks good. Now the clay lines, they are male to female connections, and they do seep a slight bit of water no matter who installed it and where it was done. So you are going to find roots, which is what you see right in front of you. Looks like the line has been previously cleaned because there's very little root evidence. And for this being a clay line, it's well connected. With those male to female connections, a lot of times you see these contractors back out those male to female unions and sheet the line to have a good slope. In this case, we have a good natural slope. These unions are very well connected. I don't see no real separation or offsets, and no cracking. So this is about as ideal as a sewer line can be. So there's a pressure crack on the male side of that crack, that male union there, the female union. And like I said before, they kind of back it out and sheet it. That's what it is right here. So that's not an offset, and that crack is very hairline. The reason why I can see it so well is just because I got a real bright light on the end of my camera, and it shines right into it. So with no movement, and just the way it's sitting, that is not a concern. That could have been done the day they put the dirt on top, or it could have been done yesterday. We don't know. But what we do know is that crack right there is not moving. It's not isolating any pieces to chip off and fall into the line, and nothing's infiltrating right there. So this is okay. There is no concern at this union here. Took a little bit for me to hop my camera over that. And because that turned so sharp there, you do see a little bit of the flakes coming from the cast iron line washing off and sitting in that area. So if you do put grease down or anything real heavy, that turn is where it's going to stop, right at the end of that turn. Other than that, this line is in great shape. I mean, even that wasn't really a concern there. It's just kind of a warning not to put down anything too majorly heavy. So I guess the city line was not repaired. I wonder if the street was just getting bad and they just replaced around that area, because this is us entering into the city line right here. Oh, the reason why they did it is because they relined the city line. So if you look closer, you can see those labels on the inside of the city line, which means they had to dig up a little bit to get that plastic line inside that city line. So they've relined the city line to PVC. Your whole sewer line is clay still. That's not a negative thing. You're just going to have to keep up with maintenances. I would imagine you get a root cleaning every 2 to 3 years at the least, and you'll be just fine. I don't even imagine that you'll have to clean the sewer line that often. Just try and shy away from anything real heavy being put down there as far as grease, paper towels, baby wipes, diapers, stuff of that nature, and you should be just fine. Whenever you feel like the flow of the line just gets a little slower, then that's when you preemptively just get it cleaned. But other than that, I don't see any concern. This tap's in great shape, no cracking. When the city comes out and does these relining of their sewer lines, they actually take a scope and they put it in their line. They look at every individual tap. So yours obviously got passed by the city, and now this is me looking into their side saying that it is passing. So that's 2 inspectors saying that your city tap is just fine. I don't see why this sewer line would give you any troubles for now, or I'd say even in 10 years. If you sell the house in 10 years, there's no reason whatsoever anyone would call anything out for you to clean or repair. So total length of the line is 98 feet. Cast iron and clay. Extremely minor roots. So like I said, every 2 to 3 years. Other than that, all is well. Thank you. This concludes the video.